Contrary to what you heard from the media about global boiling, the summer in Sweden was cold and rainy this year, so I spent the rainy days playing Baldur's Gate. No, not this Baldur's Gate, but the original from 1998. This is an old fantasy RPG where you start off as an orphan, not knowing anything about your mysterious past, and the game is about figuring out who you are, what's your destiny, and to get revenge on the person that murdered your foster father. To recap the story, there is an evil merchants guild called the Iron Throne that tries to start a war between the two regions in the game. The mastermind behind this plot is called Saravok, and it is assumed that he wants to start his wars to gain wealth and power. But as you progress to the late part of the game, you figure out that he's actually your half-brother, where you share the same father. But this father is no ordinary creature. He is the Lord of Murder, Baal. Prior to facing Saravok in the final battle, he reveals that starting the wars were not for the sake of gaining wealth and power, but rather for as many people to die on each side as possible. Winning the war was never the point. Instead, the people it would sacrifice on the battlefield would in some magical way enable him to become the new Lord of Murder. Why am I telling you this story? Well, doesn't this seem to be the outcome of every recent real war? Just an endless bloodshed without any real positive outcome for any side? Like, what good came out of the Iraq war? 1 million killed Iraqis? $750 billion down the toilet? Or the Afghan war? What was the point? Did it solve any problem? Wouldn't both Afghanistan and the United States have been better off if the war never happened in the first place? This got me thinking. What if there are people in power that actually worship Satan, and for them, the end goal is not to win wars, but rather to commit as much murder as possible in order to give a blood sacrifice to their evil lord? Do I sound crazy? Prior to 2016, I would have said so myself, but the leaked Democrat emails has made me realize that this is actually a possibility. The emails I'm talking about is of course the Podesta emails and all the strange circumstances around them. If you were not aware of the backstory, here's a quick recap. In 2016, someone leaked Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, John Podesta's emails to WikiLeaks. John Podesta is quite a big deal and has worked as chief of staff for Bill Clinton and later as senior advisor to President Barack Obama. In the leaked email correspondences between the high-ups in DC, there were strange code words where food was used to cover up what they were actually talking about. Like this email where a philanthropist is asking Podesta if he would do better playing dominoes on cheese than on pasta. Or this email from President Obama's chief climate negotiator, Todd Stern, where he writes that he's dreaming about John Podesta's hot dog stand in Hawaii. Or how Susan Sandler, a funder of Obama and Kamala Harris, wrote to John Podesta that he had forgot a handkerchief with a map on it that looked pizza related. It seems like food refers to something else within the jargon of the top Democrats. There were also emails that used a more overt language, like how Hillary's former chief of staff invited Podesta amongst others to a party and said that they would warm a pool and have kids in the age of 11, 9 and 7 for their further entertainment in the pool. These emails of course got people to look closer into the Podesta brothers and what they were up to. And boy, what people found. These are all mainstream sources where they wrote about the Podesta's art collection prior to the leaked emails. Like this painting of cannibalism hanging openly in John Podesta's campaign office. Just why? But it gets even more disturbing when you look at the artwork John's brother, Tony Podesta, enjoyed. He was one of the most powerful lobbyists and fundraisers in Washington, and this article from 2004 from the Washington Post where he openly says that he has artwork of women without their heads on, and pictures from an artist known to photograph naked teenage girls in one of the bedrooms, that quote left visitors horrified. For obvious reasons these pictures are highly censored, but someone leaked them and he officially owns these pictures. And in his office he openly displayed these pieces of art, which he self-admitted left his visitors thinking it's a little weird. In a later article from 2015, again a mainstream source, he shows the art he owns by the Serbian artist Biljana Đurđević. He later admitted to Newsweek that he owns quite a number of her paintings. Which pieces specifically, except the ones I previously showed, I couldn't find, but here are examples of what she draws. What does your gut feeling tell you about the person that finds art like this appealing? Does this, in combination with the pizza references in the emails, maybe point towards something very twisted? There's also an email confirmation that Tony Podesta kept in contact with the former Speaker of the House, Dennis Hastert, who is a convicted serial child molester. Believe it or not, it gets even stranger. The article also states that his top favorite artists include Marina Ibrahimovic. This connection was corroborated by the emails between her and the Podesta brothers, where there was an invitation to a spirit cooking ceremony. If you don't know what spirit cooking is, I don't blame you, but here's a clip from 1997 called Spirit Cooking by the same artist.
No, Joe.
He just stand. We let him stand.
The email was admitted to be authentic by Marina, but she downplayed spirit cooking as not satanic in any way. It's just art. There are also other pictures of where she's hosting spirit cooking events, and celebrities like Lady Gaga, Hugh Jackman and Gwen Stefani are involved. So this lady, who is clearly alluding to human sacrifices, is friends with some of the most powerful and famous people in the West. There are even pictures of her with Jacob Rothschild standing in front of the drawing called Satan Summoning His Legions by Sir Thomas Lawrence. Lastly, and you can't make this shit up, Marina Abramovic was asked by Zelensky to be an ambassador for Ukraine and help to rebuild schools for children, and also to help protect Ukraine's Holocaust memorial. I mean, seriously? Anyways, back to the point of this video. Why are the people in power doing this? Maybe they're just edgy weirdos that enjoy LARPing as Satanists, but there is also a possibility that they are trying to be as evil as possible to praise their Dark Lord. If this is the case, then starting wars that kill as many innocent people as possible would be something that the Lord of Murder would appreciate. I'm not saying that this is definitely the case, but I'm just throwing it out there as a possibility. Of course there are other reasons for war, such as to make money for the military-industrial complex, control natural resources, destabilize regions for your greatest ally, prevent oil trade in other currencies than the dollar, etc. But maybe, just maybe, ritualistic sacrifices is a motivation for a subset of the most evil people in power. Let me know in the comments if you think this is a possibility, or if you think this is just way too much out there. My criticism of this theory would be that there is also non-spiritual reasons why pedophiles and murderers would be a preferable trait amongst the people in power, and that is if they have done despicable acts, they can never redeem themselves in the eyes of the public, because they will be murdered in prison or by an angry mob if people found out what they did. So for them to blow the whistle on a criminal operation would mean certain death towards themselves. Thus pedophiles are easy to control and will do whatever they're told. Just look at how successful Jeffrey Epstein's honeypot was. We still haven't gotten a list of names, probably because the people responsible of giving the names are on that list as well. So maybe the satanic cult is just another type of honeypot that ensures control over their minions.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people They're a bunch of Christian murderous scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions upon people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife. And then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.